Adrian, 66 years old, starting a big new job. Congratulations.
I finished work effectively April, but I must admit by March, kind of getting the itch to do something again. And here we are in Monaco, the sun's shining. Life's pretty good.
You've been missing the racing, have you? What is your role here this weekend, and why Monaco?
First question, it's really observational. It's the first race I've been to with the team. So I'm just interested to see how they operate, how the pit crew works, the garage works. Monaco just seems a little bit more glamorous, if I'm honest, than Imola, if I go straight to it.
So your official title is Managing Technical Partner. What does that mean? Are you a shareholder in the team?
I am a shareholder in the team. I mean, it's Lawrence that came up and suggested the title, and it is, in effect, exactly what it is. Lawrence is very kindly always refers to me as a partner. He's entrusted me with the development of the technical side of the team, but I try to minimise the managerial side of it, but I guess it's part and parcel of the whole package.
So can you have any impact on this 2025 Aston Martin? It seems a bit reluctant to become competitive at the moment.
The 25 car's been a difficult car so far. I'm not doing any direct drawing work or spending ages poring over the wind tunnel results, if I'm honest. There's a small core team that is continuing to work on the 25 car. Ultimately, they're doing the work, not me.
So you're here for the 2026 car, really. Massive changes, power unit and chassis. How much scope have you got, the brain of Adrian Newey, to make a difference?
My main work at the moment has been looking at what I would call the core architecture, which can loosely be described as the bits you can't change during the season. So the fundamental layout of the car, the front suspension, the rear suspension. If you get those right, then the bodywork you can try to upgrade through the year.
Is there perhaps more scope in the 2026 regulations than you first thought?
So in that sense, it's a bit like the 22 regulations, where you initially look at them and think, oh God, these regs are so prescriptive that they're almost designing the car for us. But then as you drill into the details, you realise that there are actually a reasonable amount of flexibility in that.
You've got Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso as your drivers next year. What do you think about that pairing?
I think it's a great pairing. Lance, I think, gets an unfairly bad rap. You look actually at Lance's performance against his teammates when he's up against Checo, Sebastian, now Fernando, then he's no slouch at all. And Fernando, I mean, crikey, what a legend. Always the kind of two regrets of my recent career, if you like, i.e. not going back a long way, have been that I haven't had the opportunity to work with either Lewis or Fernando. So I've now got the opportunity to put one of those right.
Happy days. Lots of talk that down the road Max Verstappen might follow you and Honda to Aston Martin.
I mean, Max, obviously a formidable competitor, but he's also a very simple beast, and I mean that in an entirely complimentary way. He just wants a fast car that he can showcase his talents in. So I suspect Max will always chase who he thinks will produce the fastest car.
Finally, with this massive reset, the facilities you've got, your experience, you have every bit as much chance of winning a World Championship 26, 27 as anybody else, don't you?
Aston has grown from a small, overperforming team to a very big team over a very short period. And we now need to settle down and kind of get ourselves well organised, getting everybody working together well, getting the structures in place, and as I said earlier, getting the tools in place.
Lovely to see you back in the paddock.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you.